Jean Grey is one of the main characters you think of when you think of X-Men type characters. I mean, she's one of the OG X-Men. She's one of those characters you're going to see in pretty much all the major X-Men movies. Well, in the comics, she met Xavier at an early age. He met her while she was traumatized by seeing her friend die in her arms. And this is also when her mutant power manifested, where she realized she has telepathic ability. She thought she was dying because she was feeling her friend fading away. Jean wasn't dying. She was feeling what her friend was feeling. Her powers seemed like a burden, especially when she didn't know how to control it at the moment. She was just hearing everything. Luckily, Professor X recognizes her vast potential, and he helped train her to help control it so she can live better with her gifts. I mean, after all, she has telepathy and telekinesis. So you could say she went through improvements as time went by, with Professor X helping her out, also visiting her friend at her grave. Everything isn't just sunshines and rainbows quite yet, because when she was around a lot of people at a young age with her power, she would still have her moments where she couldn't control her power. And it was getting so bad to the point where he had to temporarily limit her telepathic abilities. As powerful as Professor X is when it comes to telepathy, he cannot permanently take away her power or memory. It would eventually seep out. Since she has a vast comic history, she's one of the OG X-Men characters. She's legendary. That's why throughout this video, you shouldn't be surprised if you see her wearing different outfits and everything like that. You know, all else is history. Her being with the X-Men as time goes by, improving. I mean, it's straight up stated she's getting stronger every day. Villains even notice that they're stronger than their last fight. Yeah, you see all the different looks. Jean Grey and Phoenix are so intertwined that even handbooks, they call Phoenix real name Jean Grey. You see, like, they're so intertwined. The reason why I'm so adamant about the Phoenix and Jean being in one video is because there's implications that they are one and the same sometimes. We've seen her use the power of the Phoenix even before they technically met for the first time. There's comics that narrate that Jean is and always has been the Phoenix. Matter of fact, it was even confirmed that she got a taste of the Phoenix even just when she awakened her telepathic power for the first time when her friend died, implying that her and the Phoenix have always been in contact. Stated she's felt Phoenix from the beginning. The Phoenix is always answering her call. The Phoenix has known Jean Grey from her conception. Phoenix says, we, they reaffirm we, Jean and Phoenix. We are the cycle of life itself, the promise that from every ending comes a new beginning, we. There's even statements that say the Phoenix is her birthright. The Phoenix itself says Jean is the only house where I live. There's comics that even reiterate that Phoenix and Jean are basically the same because they are one. It's stated that Jean is Phoenix made flesh. It's stated that Jean Grey is the perfect host, perfect vessel. The power and influence she wields as the Phoenix is unmatched. That's why when you see me bring up Phoenix, power Jean Grey later on, that's why it's basically just her. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to show still a part of the video that's not Phoenix, Jean Grey, to show she's still strong, ridiculously strong, but it's basically just her based on the comic lore. Jean is connected to the White Hot Room, which is basically the Phoenix. Phoenix calls her Mother Me. Yes, I am you and you are me. Jean is Phoenix and Phoenix is Jean, now and forever. But like everything, they have rocky relationships sometimes, like planets orbiting, sometimes close, sometimes far away. There's no me without the bird, there's no bird without me. When Cyclops talks about Phoenix as a separate being, he's corrected by her saying, I am the Phoenix. She's always been the Phoenix. Eternity confirms you are the Phoenix. You might get tired of hearing this throughout this video, but she is an Omega level mutant. Telepathy and telekinesis. Her Omega power is telepathy, but yeah, don't get it twisted. She's a high level telekinetic person. And just in case you're wondering what the heck does Omega level mean, it just basically means a mutant whose dominant power is deemed to register or reach an undefinable upper limit of that power's specific classification. She has limitless potential when it comes to her telepathy, basically. Because they even use that as an example. They said, while Jean is both a telepath and a telekinetic, she is only an Omega level telepath. But her telekinesis is pretty powerful too. You're gonna see. They even narrate how she's one of the most powerful telepaths on the planet. Mentioned again here. When narration says she's one of the most powerful psionic beings on the planet, I think it's pretty canon. Mightiest on the planet, one of the most attuned telepaths the world has ever known. Databook says the same stuff. Consistently stated to be an Omega level telepath. When it comes to the mightiest telepaths on Earth, she's always brought up in the conversations with Professor X as one of the mightiest telepaths on Earth. Some argue if she's the mightiest on the planet. Only somebody with Omega level telepathy can affect Juggernaut through his helmet, but that's none of my business. Right here, it's implied she's affecting Juggernaut with his helmet on somehow. Look how high her mental abilities are rated. I think you guys get the freaking point. Anyway, when it comes to her muscle isn't her strong suit. I mean, the further you get in this video, you're going to realize why would she need muscle? She was having a hard time ripping her dress. Honestly, she's one of those characters you would rarely ever see punch. I mean, if you have telekinesis, why would you punch? You know, so it's rare when you see her punch. I mean, we've seen her kick Mystique here. Most of the time you're going to see her punch, you're going to see her amplify her punches with telekinesis. Like in this occasion here, for example, this is a very obvious example, but for all we know, all the time she punches, she could have been amplifying herself with telekinesis then. It's not like they're going to tell us every single time she's amping herself with telekinesis, I guess. It's just these occasions with these big creatures, we literally see the energy, or the writers or drawers themselves literally draw the energy around her fist when she's amplifying her punches with telekinesis or telekinetic energy. I would advise you not to sleep on her telekinesis. She can basically do some full-blown Green Lantern type stuff when it comes to shaping her energy into different weapons, spikes, clubs, you name it, whatever she wants. She can cut off your blood flow to your brain. Speaking of her without the Phoenix, how much can she lift with her telekinesis actually? That's where we get into the fun stuff. Let me say it again for those in the back. No Phoenix. I mean, look what she does to this motorcycle. Not only showing precision in her power, but like lifting it up and precisely like disassembling it and stuff. We know Hulk can weigh 900, even 1,000 and something pounds, and she can lift him up in the air. While young, she can lift a ton car above her head, lift or slam a truck. She can move or topple T-Rexes. You dinosaurs gotta go. She just tosses this one in the water. She can move all of this ice. I'm sure she can lift hundreds of tons with a telekinesis. Look how she grabbed this plane. I mean, it's straight up stated verbatim. She can lift up something or support the weight of things that weigh thousands of tons, like this big chunk of the Empire State Building. That's a lot of weight. She had to support thousands of tons plus the momentum, which probably made it feel like it was heavier. She's the reason why big space stations get held together. Saying she can lift thousands of tons is an oversimplification. What about 50,000 or hundreds of thousands of tons? There was like a literal building, not a small building, by the way. Underwater, she had to stop from collapsing with her telekinesis. Yes, that's right. Without the Phoenix, the weight she can lift with her telekinesis is over hundreds of thousands of tons. I mean, when you can stop a ship from sinking, you know your telekinesis is something else. This Hellfire Gala tower that was falling, she has telekinesis that can hold up all this weight and save all the gas. Yeah, multitasking. It's narrated she can move mountains, aka more than one, aka millions or even billions of tons. These kind of statements are said more than once about her power, y'all. She can move mountains. It's pretty much confirmed with her telekinesis she can move millions or billions of tons. It's no shock she can blow away walls if she can move mountains, right? Look how she tosses around Sabretooth. What is he supposed to do against her? She has too much blast power for his tier. Her telekinesis can completely overpower Spider-Man to where he can't move. We've seen her shield from Venom, block Wolverine. Oh yeah, she can increase her durability via her telekinesis by making shields. By the way, she's shielded from Archangel here. Being able to lift, like I said earlier, lift millions or billions of tons, this would imply she's scared of the nuclear bombs. Her blast can output worse than nuclear bombs. Just a friendly reminder that her blast can hold back, or you could say her telekinesis is able to hold back Cyclops' optic blast when he doesn't even have his glasses on, y'all. She can do this without the Phoenix, y'all, restraining his eye beams. Keep in mind that Cyclops has the kind of beams that can rip small planets in half, and Jean Grey is restraining this. So what does that say about her telekinesis when it comes to her blast power? This would imply that not only is she way above nuclear bombs, but there's implications she can bust up or rip planets in half too with her telekinesis by restraining Cyclops' blast that can rip apart planets. This is a constant theme of her being able to restrain Cyclops' energy blast in his eyes with just her raw energy projection. If you've been on the channel long enough, or if you know Marvel, you know planet shattering stuff is kind of like a normal day in the life. And plus we see her face against some of the strongest beings like Rogue, for example, blocking attacks from her. We've seen her go against Colossus, somebody I respect. We've seen her restrain characters like The Thing with telekinetic chains. For those that don't know, The Thing has Hulkish type of raw muscle, yo, just in case you didn't know. One of the mightiest mutants ever, Magneto. We see her blasted back Scarlet Witch, made it to where Cable can't move, made it to where Iron Man can't move. Her blast made it to where Namor can't hardly move while she's technically asleep. We've seen her shield against Hulkish level beings like Abomination. Black Bolt's punch protected Cyclops from Black Bolt's blast. We've seen her blast around Apocalypse and bust up his armor. This is something I haven't talked about yet in this video, but she can like use your psionic energy around her to boost herself. She can kind of give herself a temporary power without the Phoenix just by using the psychic energy around the area to help her blast harder. It's almost like the more psychics in the area, the better. Like she has a full psionic energy spirit looking mode. And her blast power like this is enough to literally take on beings like Gladiator, damage beings like Gladiator, a concrete powerhouse in Marvel, somebody that has the durability to withstand the pressures of black holes and rip them apart. He can collapse stars with his bare hands. His hands can withstand collapsing stars type pressure and such. He has planet pulverizing kind of power, duh. I mean, just look at the size of the Earth compared to the sun. She's competing with powerhouses in Marvel that can collapse stars, implying her blast power can more than likely collapse stars too. That basically means if somebody has the raw power to blow up one star, that means any planet in our solar system, they could have no problem blowing up at the same time. Even multiple planets in our solar system, she technically shouldn't have no problem blowing them up based on the being she's battling, Gladiator and stuff, making him drowsy and stuff. We got this occasion of Jean Grey showing that she's a powerhouse, shielding from the energies of somebody that's outputting a white hole in their binary state. Something that would be considered the opposite of a black hole, so it probably would be very destructive. Narrated for the same white hole star which she created some months ago to save the Earth, now threatens to engulf her in its primal energy. Yeah, her base self can shatter stars and withstand or shield from exploding star, black hole type stuff. You know, her telekinetic raw power is implied to be able to hold a miniature sun apart. We see her getting a beam struggle with Dr. Doom. One of the most impressive feats for Jean Grey of all time is knowing that Hercules is the god of strength, one of the strongest beings in the Marvel universe when it comes to raw muscle. Like, Hercules was pushing forward, but it took a lot of effort, and we know how strong Hercules is. This is the same Hercules that can literally lift the universe for 3 hours. You know, this is the famous myth feat of Atlas holding the sky, the heavens, or infinite universe above his head. Hercules had to relieve him of his duty. Like that feat, Marvel has their own interpretation of that feat. Yep. Yet, Jean Grey can make beings this strong lose his footing. That lets you know she has to be within those powerhouse ranges, even without counting the Phoenix. I mean, Hercules is the type of being that can literally shake the universe with his punching power, yo. It sounds like an exaggeration, but when you realize it's a big part of his lore to lift the universe or heavens, it makes sense for his punches to be this hard. She's competing with the powerhouses of Marvel, beings that can hit hard enough to shake the universe, and she's pushing them back with her blast power. No, I'm not exaggerating. They had to literally support infinite massive weights. That's what Atlas had to do, and Hercules had to relieve him of his duty. Hercules being is the being that Jean Grey is pushing back. I mean, we've seen Jean Grey blast back multiple powerhouses, not just Hercules tiers, but like multiple Hercules or Thor tiers at the same time. Like you can clearly visually see Thor here, for example, and Scarlet Witch. I mean, not only did she basically make herself a new body out of psionic energy by siphoning off psionic energy. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Like she can kind of like, even if she doesn't have a body to put her mind or essence in, she can kind of make a new one, because it was stated here, I was gone, my body was gone, just my mind remained. I felt it buried somewhere in that thing, and I just held on and tight as long as I could, waited until I could pull myself back together. It's pretty much stated she can like do her own version of her self-temporary power up. Like she can draw or amp herself with telepathic juice around her, because Galactus was siphoning off her energy, so she countered this by using the energy around her. So she siphoned off energy from like high tier beings like Terrax, Galactus. She punched Galactus in the face, knocking him over. Just a friendly quick reminder, you know how strong Silver Surfer characters or Herald of Galactus tier characters are? Like whatever they can do, just imagine that multiplied by 1,000,000, because Galactus is way above them no matter what, right? So you can kind of get an idea of how strong Galactus will be or how impressive this feat is by just analyzing Silver Surfer, for example. Like her knocking Galactus over like that's impressive, considering that Silver Surfer can withstand his body. Silver Surfer, an extremely lower tier being than Galactus, can withstand being in exploding galaxies. So that makes you think about this feat of her punching Galactus like this and understanding the gravity of this situation and why this is impressive. When Celestials say you're one of the rare people that can see through these illusions, it lets you know you're very mighty. It's stated that Jean's power is immeasurable. The thought of Jean Grey fighting against the Phoenix sounds crazy, considering a lot of people think the only reason she's strong is the Phoenix. Well, we see her shielding from the Phoenix here, for example. Blast the Phoenix here would help. We've seen her shield or protect against Phoenix blast or fire, like literally restraining the Phoenix. Of course, when it comes to her reflexes, this should be a given based on all the people you've seen her fight. It shouldn't really be no shock that she has the reflexes to react to bullets and catch them mid-flight with her telekinesis. She has the reflexes to catch a sniper bullet mid-flight. And despite Spider-Man having to deal with beings that can blast with literal lightning, Spider-Man has to react to this kind of stuff and react to lightning. Spider-Man has to react or deal with beings that have the speed of light on their side, because Spider-Man has to dodge lasers and stuff. So you know Spider-Man's not slow. He has reflexes and he has spider sense that's kind of like a glimpse into the future. So it's like precognition. So he has like a jump start over his opponent. But even then, Jean Grey is fast enough to grab Spidey. His spider sense even tried to warn him, but she was too fast. Oh yeah, so she's pretty fast. I mean, think about all the super fast, faster than light opponents you've seen her compete with in this video. So yeah, she has to be able to react to things faster than light. It would be weird if she couldn't. In a weird way, I guess you could say part of the reason why her combat speed is so impressive is because her telepathy can allow her to anticipate your moves before they even do it. I mean, she's very gifted when it comes to telepathy, like I mentioned earlier in this video. Well, I'm back to her telepathy now. I mean, she can alter everybody's perception to make it look like she's in beach clothes if she wants. Illusion making, basically. The one weakness symbiotes have is sonic loud crap. She can make it sound like, she can make them feel like they're hearing loud crap even though it's not really happening. You could say astral forms and psionic forms are like kind of in the same neighborhood. Like she can straight up possess beings into their body and just control them, basically. She can fool you and make it look like she got claws, can become invisible. You wouldn't be a telepathic being if you couldn't read minds. Of course she can do that. That's why she can pretty much info dump information to the teammates if she wants. That's why they can coordinate with 30 telepaths. If you're on the planet, she can get in contact with you, contacting beings across the planet, around the world. She can amp up other beings psionically to make them free of other characters controlling them. She's definitely the psychic person to call. Like, she can just talk to all the mutants of Earth just like that. Like, she helped the Hulk get angrier by turning off the banner side of him so he can get strong enough to fight Onslaught. She's part of the reason that helped amp him. Hulk is a character known to have extreme resistance against mind hacks type stuff, and we've seen her actually make the Hulk drowsy, which is insanity. Other psionic beings like Psylocke she can make sleepy. I think that's impressive too, because she's literally a psionic being too. She's one of those characters, she's so powerful psionically, if you don't have good resistances to something hacksy like mind stuff, she can beat you without even laying a finger on you technically, and just force a big crowd of y'all to go to sleep. For the most part, I tried to make this video focused on Jean Grey so far, of her without using the Phoenix Force, but you guys know her and the Phoenix are a big part of each other. So I think it's about time to pretty much go over everything Phoenix related. It's almost like everything I've already said, but magnified even more. Same powers and abilities and even extra stuff that she wouldn't normally have because the Phoenix is a cosmic being basically. But just think about this for a second. Like, she's already up there with Hercules and Thor and them, and then she's amplified by a cosmic being like the Phoenix, literally cheating. I mean, this is stuff she can do in her base stuff. Stopping cars, telekinetically slows down the Blackbird from falling. Catching a helicarrier from falling is practically like catching a building. Like, I've already showed you her base stuff having the power to lift the weight of buildings. So, of course, her Phoenix self can do that. So yeah, just like her base stuff, she can lift over hundreds of thousands of tons like helicarriers. It's straight up narrated, she can stop the weight of millions of tons, lifts up a lake, then puts it down. She can hold the weight of a collapsing mountain, straight up stated to be 1 billion tons of rock, and use Black Bolt's voice to destroy it. Phoenix can easily lift billions of tons. She can grab meteors from far away and pull it down. She can not only pull a lot of weight, but she can do versatile stuff that a normal stuff can do, like molecular manipulation, versatile ability like that, like you state to molecular level. Yeah, it's because of her new ability with the Phoenix is that she's able to fuse stuff together. Like when Emma was shattered, she was able to kind of fix her up and make her as good as new. She can change a tree into solid gold, change clothes by manipulating molecules. So she can basically do Adam Eve stuff as the Phoenix. I mean, I shouldn't have to go over the versatile things Phoenix can do. It can do the telepathic stuff. It can do telekinetic stuff, fire blast and stuff, molecular manipulation, every power you can think of basically. It can absorb energy. It can exist in virtually any environment without any harm and create space-time warps to travel through hyperspace and traverse the time stream. It's stated when Cyclops grows old, Jean Phoenix will still be here. She doesn't need water or oxygen. She can survive in space. Like, there's no killing Jean or Phoenix for good, really. Apparently, he thought he had killed her. The Phoenix is no stranger to death. Each time they meet, she only comes back stronger. Like, the Phoenix will resurrect itself. Like, you can't truly just kill the Phoenix for good. Murking her over and over again isn't going to cut it. She can just keep resurrecting. You're not murking her as Phoenix for good. Phoenix Jean is the guardian of cosmic balance, the keeper of the flame that ensures the universe remains ever in motion, ever alive, and I will extinguish any threat that dares to challenge the sanctity of existence. This is straight up cheating. Like, she, as the Phoenix, can literally download fighting skills to where she can literally be a martial arts fighter thanks to downloading Colleen Wing's fighting and becoming the daughter of the dragon. She absorbed Misty Knight and Colleen Wing's fighting style. It's even talked about here about her downloading martial arts. She can become intangible to where she's not hittable. Phoenix can resurrect the dead under some conditions. Being fully connected to the Phoenix allows somebody to be connected to the prime universal force of life, derived from the psychics of all living beings. I mean, you can just tell the Phoenix Force is versatile. I mean, it can literally pretend to be certain beings, like pretending to be Jean Grey, possessing different characters throughout the years. Many would agree when she fully merged with Jean Grey and became White Phoenix of the Crown, this was Jean Grey's White Phoenix form mightiest state. In its purest form, the Phoenix is said to be an immortal, indestructible, and mutable manifestation of the prime universal force of life derived from the cycles of all living beings. In its natural state, this life cycle is enough to sustain the force. And if you notice the pattern about the Phoenix Force, like possessing different characters through the years, like Emma Frost and stuff, you always notice that it often seeks out other powerful psychics, which to bond with. The Phoenix likes psychic type beings. But all of this is still child's play because we all know she has insane blast power. It straight up stated that she destroyed a small planet as the Phoenix. Planet busting. Like, think about it. If her base self can destroy planets, what do you think her Phoenix self can do? All that but worse. I mean, she can literally consume a star and make it go supernova. So yeah, she can blow up stars, things way bigger than planets. Herald of Galactus tears are no match. Like, she blasted Firelord 12 miles away, for example. Firelord is a being that can attack with the fiery power of a small star. We've seen her shield against powerful beings like Nova. We've seen her get hit directly by Nova without shield. And we see her bounce back and punch a powerhouse tier like Nova. We see her blast the entire Black Order back as the Phoenix. Yep, she can punch hard by putting energy around her fist. Yep. We've seen her do that in her base state. She can do that in Phoenix state too. So we've seen her in the Phoenix state box it with Proxima Midnight and overpower her with hit, overpowering Black Dwarf. Yeah, she actually fought Gore the God Butcher. Yeah, he tried to use the all black on her. She said, get that off of her. Yeah, Gore, don't mess with her cosmic flames. She messed up the all black so much to where the all black started going against Gore himself. Gore, why are you trying to hit her? She's just countering. Like, let these panels speak for themselves. Like, Gore is a being that be giving Thor a run for the money, and we see her boxing this being, punching this being. She said, no, you annoying, Gore. You cause too much pain. But as a star, you will nourish an entire ecosystem of planets. She said, I'm going to turn y'all into a sun via transmutation. Like, what? You got high-end Herald of Galactus level beings like Terrax actually begging for mercy from the Phoenix. Remember the weight of how hard Terrax can swing. Can cleave planets in half and shatter them, but yet he's begging for mercy against Phoenix. Phoenix level beings can absorb power sources, make them go nova. You can say they can easily destroy stars because it's even hinted at when it comes to black hole type stuff. They're capable of black hole kind of creation. I shouldn't really have to convince you that she can like blow up stars, reignite stars and stuff, but yeah, she returned a star that was a red giant state back to its normal state. In this occasion, you see her bring back the life of a star here. If something or a star has too much excess energy, she can absorb it to improve the lifespan of it, stopping the star from exploding. Straight up stated she's dealt with collapsing black holes, dying suns, during the White Phoenix of the Crown stuff, which I haven't even really got to yet in this video. There was a black hole she manipulated and mitigated to save everybody. Okay, so there was like this supermassive black hole going on, right? And there's like an official one that you can actually Google yourself called Ton 618, a supermassive black hole. Jean states she can stabilize the hole. Jean became the black hole. She gave a part of herself to the stars, filling the cosmos as it moved around her. It eventually joined her in a dance, mimicking her movements like they were one. The cosmos simply did as she asked. Yeah, you can do a simple Google search when it comes to a supermassive black hole like this. It's apparently 66 billion times the mass of our sun, in our solar system. Saying she can blow up or destroy stars is basically an oversimplification. She basically stabilized something, a black hole, that's 66 billion times the size of something like this, Make that make sense. That's a lot of energy. Reed Richards says her power rivals that of Galactus, and keep in mind, this is not even Phoenix's highest form, by the way. Keep in mind that Heralds of Galactus are nowhere near the level of Galactus's power. Just to keep in mind, Heralds of Galactus can withstand stuff. Like, their durability is crazy enough to withstand being in the heart of exploding galaxies, more than one galaxy, by the way. This is just Heralds of Galactus, by the way. Heralds of Galactus can level a galaxy, by the way, and blast with so much energy discharge that their blast radius can envelop a galaxy, make a singularity its own black hole, and Phoenix is getting her power compared to Galactus here in this particular situation in one of her weaker states. We see the Phoenix blast Galactus. There's even statements that say Galactus might pale in comparison to Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. I think we all could agree, like, Galactus fully fed, you could say he surpasses characters like Odin. Characters like Odin are mighty enough to threaten multiple universes, honestly. Like, and Odin is considered a Skyfather. Galactus at full power would be considered like an abstract eternity tier being. And Skyfathers can do stuff like this. What the heck do you think Galactus and Phoenix can do? All of this, but even better. Thanos is somebody else that I would consider a Skyfather tier being. We see her blast. Phoenix has the power to undo Odin level curses and free them. Phoenix in one of her weaker states or forms can shake the confines of the multiverse. Galactus is the type of guy that could take on multiple Celestials at the same time and even take out one. Phoenix's continued existence is a threat to Galactus' survival. Like, some of these occasions isn't necessarily talking about Jean Grey, but it lets you know how important she is for the universe. She can obliterate the entire cosmos. From her death, bring new life. And if you break that eternal pattern, you will condemn the cosmos to ultimate extinction because she's all about death and rebirth. Just channeling a piece of the Phoenix power is enough blast power to mess up the hand of a high-end celestial Ursham, for example. Phoenix can bust up the hands of these beings. Remember that Erisham the Celestial that Phoenix just blasted the hand off of, by the way, is so mighty that 3 Skyfathers got a fuse to stand a chance against them. Like, just think about that for a second. This is the kind of stuff Galactus be fighting. Phoenix blasts the hand off this being, a being that can take on like 3 Skyfathers at the same time. And if you have a part of the Phoenix you're not supposed to have, the Phoenix can say, give me my power back right now. Like, Celestials are legit multi-dimensional type beings. Celestials are the beings that created the multiverse itself. That's why Galactus beating a Celestial and Phoenix getting this power compared to Galactus, the ones that beat a Celestial. Yeah. Like, I know the word unlimited or infinite gets thrown around a lot in comics, but when it comes to a cosmic being like the Phoenix Force, I think it should be taken literal. They say she can manipulate any form of energy in a seemingly unlimited amount. They say she can manipulate atomic structures on a universal scale. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video when it comes to her speed. Obviously, she can do everything Jean Grey can do, but better, amplified by Phoenix, which is technically herself. But she literally reacted to Nova mid-blitz, somebody that's way faster than the speed of light. Like, she will legit speed blitz and is not afraid to. There's clear implications here, for example, that she can actually get distance in space, travel faster than the speed of light. This shouldn't be no surprise, really. Flying to a different planet. I mean, she's fast enough to fly around the surface of the sun, so... And then shooting past Jupiter. Phoenix can exist outside of time and space. The stuff you hear when you bring up cosmic being. It is stated there is a piece of Jean Grey Phoenix in every star, every planet, every being. You are creation itself is implying omnipresence. Like, let's be honest, as powerful as the Phoenix is, she doesn't need temporary powers for the most part, if we're being honest, especially if we talk about at her peak. But she can technically give herself temporary powers if she wanted to by channeling all the mutants' power all at once, stating, I am every mutant now and forever. Don't ask, but she had to fight a higher dimensional, a way overpowered version of Mr. Sinister, and all the beings that's been Phoenix Force in the past, she can channel their essence into her to help fight this crazy being. Yeah, this is absolute madness looking. Like, they draw with imagery of every single being that's ever been Phoenix related is stabbing him here, the way they implied here. Like, I'm talking about, this was like a multi-dimensional kind of battle. Like, I'm talking about these two are chasing each other across the timeline, changing history and stuff. Like, yeah, universe, multi-universe changing type of occurrences happening like live. Like, Thanos was amped up, corrupting her with this little eye. It was going to destroy the entire universe. Notice how Thanos admits normally he wouldn't be able to go up against the Phoenix one-on-one. So as strong as Thanos is, even he knows, Phoenix being corrupted by death would have made a void that would cancel out all of existence, life and death vying for control inside one vessel. Like, the universe or universes are always in jeopardy when the Phoenix's powers get kind of mishandled or out of control. Apparently, Jean Phoenix was there at the very beginning before everything. Captain Marvel believes she's the most powerful person in the universe, limitless power. Even though she believes this, she still believes at times she's holding herself back, narrated to be the most powerful person in the universe. Matter of fact, she's such on another level as the Phoenix versus your average god and stuff, is that when Gorda God Butcher thought she was a god, she said she's no god, could have fooled him, he says. The reason why she says that is because the normal gods you're referring to have limits. She's implying, I'm the Phoenix, I'm above such thing. Comparing her to gods, the other gods that he's used to fighting, would be like an insult to her, because she has no limits, apparently, compared to the other gods. People that witness her history call her limitless. As powerful as Loki is, Loki freaking says, she's got more power than anyone in the universe. She incinerates gods. It's stated she can put the universe back together piece by piece. She can create a fracture in reality so vast it would draw the Shadow Realm's energy to her. This would give the Shadow Place a place to take root, a place to feed, a trap they cannot resist. I mean, Phoenix is a reality warper that can cleanse the multiverse of darkness. There was a character that said you can't be in all universes at once. She said, you want to bet on that? Like, implying, yes, she can be in all universes all at the same time. You're probably tired of the limitless statements, but yeah, she has limitless power, only her empathy holding her back. What it means to be the Phoenix is to stand alone as a boundary in the universe. When she uses her powers, she describes it sometimes as like kissing the whole universe in the lips. The Phoenix taught Jean Grey how to weave the fabric of the universe. This idea kind of frightened the cosmic beings of Marvel. There's comics where Phoenix Jean Grey becomes one with the very fabric of reality itself, something only the Phoenix can do. Wouldn't you agree? We got legit comics where she just straight up destroys the universes, more than one, with low effort, you could say. Like when Phoenix is at her power to state the highest of the highest, like White Phoenix of the Crown, for example, there's implications she's bigger than universes themselves. Like she can hold the universe in the palm of her hand, literally, and just look at it like a toy. Obviously, when you can get this big or see the universe like this, you have enhanced senses. She can sense anything in the universe, basically. Cosmic awareness. Imagine being able to see the universe and its possible future. Imagine saying, I don't like that possible future. Let me get rid of that possible future and get rid of that future from the main universe. That's what White Phoenix can do. Manipulating timelines, manipulating more than one universe with the wave of her hand. Phoenix, why are you erasing reality so much to make new ones? Blasting people out of existence. It's partly because of this place known as the White Hot Room. She can do all this stuff from this place. She can see everything from here. Think of it like Marvel's version of DC's version of the Spear of the Gods. Like this, let's assume this is a Marvel map. Right here, this is DC. I'm just using it as a reference real quick. Okay, like you see how there's like universes in here, right? Think of the White Hot Room as a place out here outside of space and time that say if all this gets destroyed, it doesn't matter. She's still out here chilling. Like that's why she can kind of manipulate her universes within here kind of thing. This is Marvel's version of this. It's like the White Phoenix hub. If a Phoenix Force avatar dies, they go here. Stuff like that. That's why Scott's here while all this is going down. She can see the future from here, like a hub. From here, you could basically say she can time travel and stuff, wherever she wants, really making a new life. It's a dimensionally transcendental space. So all the times you thought the Phoenix actually died, it never really truly died. You just kind of get resurrected in this White Hot Room. The White Hot Room is a place beyond reality. You can't see a threat to the multiverse while we're stuck inside it. We need to go outside to higher planes, mystery places. The White Hot Room is a place of pure creativity outside time and space. It's almost like the comic page that's blank, basically, you could say, where the writers write on. You're probably thinking, what are the limitations of her reality warping when she's peak Phoenix, right? Something that the writers won't allow all the time because then it would be too hard to make stories. But yeah, when she is at peak Phoenix, like White Phoenix in the Crown tier or that range, they can transcend anything, do what they want, hide together, become your best self, or we can simply go back to the way things were and can forget all this happened. Like she could pretty much do anything she wants with reality, like showed in imagery like this. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, it likes Jean Grey to empower her. It's a cosmic entity attracted to Jean Grey. She scares the universal forces like the cosmic being. They think her evolution, if she keeps going at this rate, will replace the cosmic being. Dr. Doom don't even want no smoke with Phoenix. She's considered an omniversal force of destruction. I mean, let's be honest, the omniversal statements are starting to make sense when Beyonders say they're nothing compared to the Phoenix Force. That's why it can handle all of the defenders, including powerhouses like Blue. Marvel in the mix. The Tiger God was here too. Insanity. The Tiger God is another cosmic being, you could say. There's implied omnipresence here when the Phoenix says nothing lives that is not touched by a part of me. The stars are my children, and nothing is more cherished than those which have in turn spawned life. Heck, according to The Watcher, which has a lot of knowledge on cosmic beings and such in the universe, it was stated that she had become one with a primal force second only to that of the creator. Is he talking about the one above all? Stated, the light, the glory, stars, worlds, all creation are a part of Phoenix. You remember how I said she's the perfect host for the Phoenix? Like, remember how I said that a little bit earlier? Well, I'm saying it again. Well, this is crucial because you can kind of get an idea of how powerful Jean Grey Phoenix would be based on some of the stuff the previous Phoenix users have done, considering she should be able to do whatever they can do, but better. She's the perfect host. Like this isn't Jean Grey, but this should apply for her still. But other Phoenix Force beings can cauterize injuries of the universe itself. Like, eternity is like literally the living embodiment of everything, the universe itself. Phoenix Force beings can affect beings in such a high plane. Beings that are bigger than infinite size, you can literally see galaxies in them. They're like, yeah, this is literally the universe itself. You can damage a transcendental higher dimensional being like this. That's Phoenix Force people, making eternity feel pain. So if you go off the cosmic hierarchy, I definitely think Phoenix should be like probably around this range at the very least, just lowballing her really. Phoenix can wage psychic war on infinite planes of existence. The Phoenix is called a healing medicine force for all universes, being beyond time and space. Even newer comics buckle down on this. The Phoenix is life and death incarnate, all things, all places, and in the White Hot Room. This is more evidence of Phoenix being a higher dimensional being. You can see her actually stepping on comic panels, or you see some of the text like kind of leaking out of the comic panels. No wonder every story or something has to find an excuse to nerf her because of her true might. Good night, everybody. She's an omniversal type being. I want to hear what you guys think below. Jean Grey's insane without the Phoenix, but her and Phoenix are practically one and the same, but there are plenty of showings in this video that prove she's a beast without relying on the Phoenix still. But the Phoenix is an essential part of her character. She can erase universes with laughable ease. Not to mention she overpowers your favorite powerhouses. She can hold the universes in the palm of her hands, delete more than one universe. She looks at the multiverse like she's an author of the writer kind of thing in the white hot room. She might be one of the most unkillable beings ever in existence because every time you kill her, you didn't really kill her for good, or you didn't kill the true Phoenix like you thought you did. It's just so much to unpack. But what do you guys think? You have no choice but to respect the cosmic being on this level. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And once again, thank you. Respect Jean Grey Phoenix. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.